welcome everybody. It is, I don't know, what day is it? Friday? Yeah, it's Friday, and it's Dungeon of the Mad Mage time. And I am your stream hostess, Robert. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, Master of Ceremonies is our good friend Joe Numbers, so take it away, fucker!
Beautiful. As you said, Joe 813210, aka Joe Numbers, and Dungeon of the Mad Mage is going well. We're missing one right now, so I'll see if she's actually going to show up, and then we'll get through introductions and go from there. Sling, start us off.
All right, Urash 54. I'm playing Sling, who is a blade singing wizard. He took a little fighter so he could have a few more hit points and some second wind, but primarily a dual wielding wizard that uses magic when he needs it.
All right, voila.
So Lakar here. I'm playing Walla, ninth level warlock. Likes burning shit. Didn't do much of that last week or last time though, so gotta get some of that out this week.
It'll happen. You'll get there. Liz, you can wait till your fucking turn. Orin.
Hi everybody, I'm CJ. I am playing Orin, who is a cleric, a life cleric, and only a cleric because he finds multiclassing to be immoral. Gonna be a fun day.
That's awesome. Yeah. Now, Liz, go for it.
I don't know if I can. Alright, Rob Tui playing Liz. I will not be sustaining the Mr. Chow voice for a 3-hour stream. I am a 6th level druid. Yeah, I'm a little behind everybody. Outlander, and she is a lizard folk, and happy to be so.
All right, you can all draw straws through who wants to pick up Stacy.
I think it's only fair if I do it, just because I
Yes.
wasn't here last time.
Yeah, our lawful good cleric who's so moral. Yes, I think that's a good call. Now you can kind of mix it up in your RP.
Lawful neutral.
Got some wiggle room.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
I
texting
feel
her
like
right
Stacy's not lawful.
Oh no, probably not at all. Let's
So,
check.
just as a small recap, just to go through, you guys made it down to this level. It's very stone dwarf heavy gods. Kind of scenery. You've met a couple of the not met, but you ran into like some shrines and things of dwarven gods. All of these pillars in this area are kind of magical and giving off light. It's pretty well lit area for being well into the dungeon. After doing some searching around, you ended up running into this large kind of daised room with a battle that you guys ran into, but you ran into these Duergar early on. They challenged you to kill the clay golem that you just killed, and now you guys are at the bottom of this dais, ready for whatever's gonna happen.
Can you hear that? Can you hear me
With that, what
crunching?
are the wishes of the party?
I think we ought to check in with the red-headed Dwargar lady there.
Yeah, what does she want us to do?
She comes over after seeing the golem taken down, and extends a hand of congratulations over to Orin.
Oh, Orin.
Hey,
Hey!
what brings you guys down here?
Well, loot mostly.
Yeah.
This place is pretty ripe for the picking, and now that there's access this way, we're one of the few first ones to get in here. So, and you can see her, this gal. She's pretty decked out. I mean, she's got pull up the right thing here. She's got a cloak that's pretty pretty nice. I'll read the description there if I can friggin' find it. She looks a little bit different than the others. While she is darker skinned, she isn't not near as dark or white haired like the other Duergar. There is something that's not entirely the same between her and the others. She does seem to lead with some pretty well reasoned authority and doesn't burst off into fits of frantic yelling and screaming and rather insanity when it comes to dealing with these other Duergar.
Mm-hmm. All right, I switched to push to talk, so they can only
Your
hear me if
stories
I
as a
push my button.
Duergar. I gotta say, I am surprised, happily surprised that you're not just trying to kill us immediately. It's always appreciated.
Well, I cannot find what I need.
Oh, what's that?
So looking at this gal, she comes over and she's congratulating you. You're fairly observant. Um, the cloak she is wearing is this gem-studded, like she's likely found this thing somewhere down here. You kind of give her a once over and fastened to her belt, right in plain view. You see this small little figurine. If it's an elf holding up a symbol of the sun, and then you can see that she's got a nice sheathed dagger.
Uh-huh.
Stop covering my mouth.
On the other side of her belt loop there.
Right. I don't know how much Orin knows about the dagger. If someone else sees the dagger, and maybe they want to whisper among themselves that that's probably the dagger we're looking for.
The only other thing of note that you can really see between all of these guys is that they all have this somewhere. It's either on the chest plate or on the shoulder or on the back. They've got this. It's just an eye. It's a lidded eye with lashes, but it. The one unique feature on all of it is that it is a piece of metal, iron or steel or something. But there's this metal or metallic eye symbol on each of their
Yep.
outfits.
What's up, Dragon?
All right. So I'm going to cast a spell. So this is Orin telling this to the dwarf lady. It's just to heal myself because I feel very close to death. I don't like that.
Certainly.
So don't freak out.
She says she congratulates you for at least making it. She says you guys do what you need to heal up. Take your time, rest. I'll send these guys up to see about that door back.
Cool. I'm just gonna go sit on these steps for a while.
I'm actually just gonna unlock tokens here. Here you go.
So can we assume that they haven't passed the clay golem and now this is their first time approaching that door?
Well, I mean, there were a couple of these Duergar that were dead on the stairs. You saw a couple of bodies that were there.
All right, so we can.
And they did ask that kind of as a challenge, but I think one of you played up. I think it was Liz or someone played up that they were honoring Moradin by being able to slay this golem.
To the Duergar?
To their leader.
How'd that go?
She let us attack the clay golem and kill it.
Oh, okay. You just
And they
watch while
haven't
you did
killed
it?
us yet.
Yeah, we did ask why they didn't take it out, and she goes, "Yeah, there's a couple dead up there." So we figured that they had some trouble with it, so we went for it.
All right. Stacy will probably remind everyone if they didn't already know about the dagger situation. And that the
Would
clan.
I? Would I?
Would you?
Probably not.
Well, fucking. Then we don't know about it, and we're not gonna get the dagger, and it's fine. Take your stupid character back. I don't care.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, honestly, she's a very forgetful person. I mean, unless it happened within the last 5 seconds, or if it's a shiny object. Wait, it is a shiny object, isn't it? So I would say something about a shiny object.
Also,
Mhm.
you're apparently a sage, which is news to me. So that's
I'm
interesting.
I'm not the smartest sage there is. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not the smartest sage there is, but
No,
does hold her own. There you go.
with an 8 intelligence, I'm barely functioning.
All right. Well, Oran's gonna take a nap.
Actually, I'm a little hurt too. I could
So
use
it
a,
looks like
Actual
sit down.
nap or just
Go-
sit there for an hour?
He's going to sit there and weep quietly and not acknowledge the fact that he's crying.
That's funny.
that is fine. Certainly able to do that. You're just gonna hang out for a short rest.
Sure, if
Mhm.
the dwarves don't make an issue of it, yeah.
They don't seem to be. I mean, she's keeping pretty good track of these guys. After I don't know, after it's apparent that you guys are not gonna make any moves on her or this group and are letting them kind of go forward and search, and you guys are sitting there chatting as you're resting. She kind of makes a whistle, and four other Duergar around the area, which have been enlarged, uh, kind of come back into existence.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can hang out here for an hour.
And she kind of just lets them know that you're good. Like, if you're gonna hang out there and chit chat, she'll stay there as whoever it is gonna go check out the door to the south. Is anyone else doing anything?
I think Sling will move down and just kind of keep an eye on these guys as they open the door, see what's behind it along with them.
Yeah, they're definitely getting close, but they are not opening that door in the slightest. They're not going probably closer than 5 feet to the door. As you're looking at the door itself and kind of watching them, you can see that this is a door. It is matte black, but it seems to absorb all light. It's like looking at that super non-reflective flat black. It 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 is like a hole.
Aha.
Vanta Black.
Yes, there we go. I couldn't think of the name. It is like the pillars next to them are giving off light like they normally would, and it is not reflecting off of it. No other sources of light are reflecting off this thing. Um, it's a rather ominous looking door to say the least.
All right. With that in mind, I'm gonna go up to this altar thing that the clay golem was on and just kind of see if I can get any clues to what kind of room and kind of magic door maybe that might be. Do a little investigation there.
Sure. Well, the day, oh yeah, that altar was the clay golem, and it's no longer there.
Okay. Maybe check out the while they're resting. I'll check out the star statues.
Sounds good.
Remind me, the pillars glow, right?
Yep. Each of those solid, uh, these ones here.
So the ones there near that dark door are getting pretty well absorbed.
The light is still shining from them just fine. It's just that when it hits the surface of that door, it's not reflecting at all. They still shine light everywhere. It's just it just absorbs all of the light that's touching it.
Does the door appear to move or undulate in any way, or just doesn't accept light?
Sling, the statues that you're kind of checking them out they're 10-foot tall statues of dwarves.
What, they
They look
can't
to
hear
be
me?
outfitted in ceremonial garb, purple and gold armor, and eyeless helms. They are, I mean, curious but stone.
And they're surface door, not doors, not Duergar deep doors.
Yeah, I mean, you'd know the difference. They're shield dwarves.
All right.
All right. Anyone else doing anything while everyone else rests?
I'm just keeping an eye on our company because I'm not
Sure.
real comfortable with it.
Are you having any conversation with each other?
Did Stacy mention the shiny dagger?
Yeah. So it's under quest retrieve Azrock's dagger.
Okay. They have the little quest
I mean,
tab
if
here.
anyone else, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you guys, even if Orin, if you had no idea, you still have an hour of sitting or standing next to this person, and
Right.
I imagine there'll be small talk, and you can certainly let me know how that goes.
Yep. So basically, there's a clan Iron Eye she thinks is hiding in Skullport. They're not. They're down here, obviously. And she knows that they stole the dagger and scampered off with it. However, Orin didn't sign no agreement to any Azrock's army bullshit. He's not necessarily interested in helping them out. So Orin's going to talk to the redhead just about the Drow house, this house Alvrindar, if she knows anything about them.
Yeah, she's not a fan. She's had some excursions that have gone poorly because of those guys. They tend to just take whatever they want and kill everything in their path.
Giant assholes.
Kinda. Yeah.
You know, we've heard tell that they own a whole level down here. Do you know which level?
I do not. It's got to be lower than this. I haven't run into him yet. On that, I mean, we've had some scouting parties run into each other. I tend
Right.
to steer clear once I see their paly skin.
Yeah, we've seen them a couple of times. I'm primarily down here to make sure that they don't have designs on Waterdeep above. If they take over Skullport, then Waterdeep's in big trouble. That's not cool.
Oh, I won't take over Skullport if we have anything to do with it.
Well, they're gonna try. You've got plans in Skullport. What are you gonna do? If you're willing to tell.
Well, I mean, the lady's got to have her secrets, but it's a good place to hide out. A lot of people that just don't. They've got the right mentality, if you say. They turn an eye when they're told or paid to.
Yep, real charmers. I can't say I've ever heard of a red-haired Duergar. What's that about? Do you diet? I mean, you do a good job with it.
She goes, well, you can definitely tell that these other guys here are a bit. And she kind of quiets her voice down a bit and says, they're a bit fucked in the head, if you get what I mean. They need someone that can guide them a little bit more sanely. She'll hint that she probably you get the idea that she isn't herself a full blood Duergar.
Right. I will not openly ask her if she's half actual dwarf. That's probably mean and rude.
Any other points of conversation you want to make while you're?
Ask her about the red hair. Ask her about her red hair.
I did.
And
I gather she's not a full-blooded Duergar,
That doesn't
and
explain red hair.
well, shield dwarves and shit have red hair, so she's half shield dwarf. Maybe that's why she has the red hair. But I don't want to say that around the other Duergar because they might get mad about it.
Because they're jealous of her illustrious red hair.
I want you to take some notes. Note number 1: Duergar and shield dwarves do not get along.
Why
Note
you
number
take
2:
some notes?
basically, yeah. So you know how elves don't like drow, and vice versa.
Stacy shrugs, like, I guess, whatever. Y'all have pointy ears.
I don't. I'm not an elf. Anyway,
Look, Miss Pointy Ears.
yeah, you do have pointy ears.
Yeah, but we're not like frail, pale little things.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not just an elf that's really sick?
Oh my god.
Well, as an elf that's really sunburned, I mean, what?
I possibly. I don't know. Point
This
is,
has gone off the rails real fast.
It's gone. It's
Yeah.
over.
point is, the way that elves and drow don't like each other is the same way that Duergar and dwarves don't like each other. So it's generally probably the idea of a mixed Duergar shield dwarf thing is not smiled upon by either camp.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, Orin frankly does not care about the dagger or about Azrock. So he's not going to ask about that.
During during the conversation, of course, she does ask about who you are and where you're from. What kind of information do you guys?
I'll tell her my name is Orin Tilver. I am a former member of the Waterdeep Guard. I have since joined the clergy of Helm, the Guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get that a lot. Um, but yeah, I'm here just to keep Waterdeep safe as best I can. I heard about these guys, and he points to the other ones. They're brave adventurers going down into Undermountain, finding all kinds of things. Stories were only semi-true, but that's usual for stories.
You're not here for the loot.
I'm not.
What loot?
No, they
What
might
kind
be
of
here
loot?
for the loot. I am not here for the loot.
Stacy perks up. What loot? Like
Well,
the
this-
actual instrument
Eh.
with the strings?
I got
Well,
all I
as-
need off of a
yeah.
dead
I
monk, so I'm
poke
good.
her in the ribs with my elbow. Shh.
She said, "What else? What else is a bunch of ruins good for? A bunch of elves or a bunch of dwarves came down here and died, left all their good shit, and we're one of the first groups to come in here and search it. I've got my men running all throughout this place as we sit here and have this conversation.
Well, I mean, there is the archaeological, expectations of finding the ruins and understanding lost texts and history of dwarves and whatnot. But
Oh, is that
Gotcha.
why
that's
you
just
came down here?
You take the paper, I'll take all the gold. Gotcha."
I guess that's good. That could work.
Sling will walk up and just casually go, have you run into any of the Mad Mage's wizards in your travels around?
Oh, we've ran into that. He's got a thing for eyeballs, if you believe it. And she kind of points to her symbol and says it's not far off from our uh, clan.
Ah,
We've seen
Ah.
those eyes with our own eyes, so we know what you're talking about.
yeah, we've
What?
seen a few floating ones too, yeah.
Watching us while we sleep. Creepy.
With that, I think that will kind of take care of an hour's worth of conversation and small talk. she the ones that she sent down to the door kind of report back and just say there's and they do talk sorry, they do talk openly in front of you, but there's no way through that their report back. They can't see or hear. They don't dare touch a door like that. God knows what would happen if it sucks all the light. What would it do to your skin? They do show her one piece of paper, and she takes it under consideration and tucks it into the inside of her lapel.
That we
And
can have all the paper.
well, you wouldn't even understand what these guys wrote, to be honest with you.
It was a
Probably
naughty
true.
drawing, wasn't it?
Oh, it was just something they found around the door, some script.
Oh. Some of us know languages.
we could take a look at it. I mean,
We won't take the paper, but we might know what language it is.
Oh, I know what language it is.
Ah,
They,
okay.
I'll even go show you, and you guys can walk down to the door, and she'll point out where this script runs along the door, along the outside, where it's not black, but
All right, Sling will just do the same thing those 4 guys did and approach and stand 5 feet away and just kind of look at the script and the door and do a
yeah,
little recon.
she kind of escorts you all down there, and she points it out to you, and she reads it aloud, if you'd like to, or she can point to anyone that knows how to speak or read this language.
Yeah, I can read it.
Go ahead.
It says, "Let all who enter gaze upon the heart of Malarbode and know the true power of dwarven kind."
And the first half.
Yes, my thing is scrolled up. The first half of the the script is, "It is the will of the keeper of secrets under the mountain that only the hand of the king may open these doors." So I'm thinking maybe we get some muscle over here, drag this clay golem and stick his hand on the door and see what happens. It's probably not going to work because he's not a dwarf.
Because you think he's a king?
Well, he was on the pedestal, right, or on the
So
dais.
so the dais itself, it was clay, and it morphed into a golem, which is now a puddle of clay wherever you killed it.
Okay, that eliminates that. And I'm looking at these 2 statues and wondering if we pull one of those over there and touch it, or either of those look like a king and maybe their hands outstretched in a way we could press it.
Having seen those god statues that are up in a different section of here, these are nothing compared to what those are.
Gotcha.
These are ornate, nice looking, well preserved, painted nicely, but not
Not
what you're
like in
looking
the
for.
other room, the temple room there with the
Right.
yeah.
Can you, one of you that understood that, can you drag it and put it in the chat in English so I can read it? I mean, I know we said it out loud, but I want to read it. Okay. Thank you.
So in that room with the 4 statues, how big were these statues?
They were likely. Let's go look.
Looks like 10 feet wide at the base. What
Yeah,
it's shown
who's
on
the
the map.
king? How do we even know that?
Well,
They're pretty large.
Yeah, of the 4 in the room, Moradin is the main deity of the Dwarven pantheon. So I would go back and check out that statue, see if there's anything about the hands that can be maybe detached, or if there's something inside them, perhaps. If we haven't already done that.
They did search it really quite thoroughly, and the only
Okay.
thing they were able to find within that room is in front of the Clangeddon statue. There was a small brass mouthpiece for an instrument, like a brass
Yeah.
instrument.
Oh, that's right. And we did blow on it, right? We
Yep, blew on it, and I think one of you did spend some time at each of the statues, looking specifically at anything worthwhile.
Hmm.
Skella asks, what are you thinking? You know any dwarven kings?
Well,
Oh.
go ahead, Orin.
Um, there was a room on an earlier level that was only able to be opened by a descendant of the clan of dwarves that used to live here. And we managed to find one and get that open.
Makes sense. Malarican's
So
blood's pretty well known.
yeah, so I would guess that a descendant of the king, of whatever the king of that clan was, might be able to open this. I don't immediately know where we would find such a person, but next time we go back up,
Oh.
that might be something we look into.
They're a little more hoity-toity than my crowd.
Oh, that's dwarves for you. No offense.
She indicates at this point that you guys are free to come and go as you please. They're gonna hang out here. It's a nice open room. Smoke can get out of here when they need to do any cook fires. Um, she lets you know that you're probably gonna run into some other Duergar around that she's sent out on scouting missions throughout the level. But she goes, if we get the loot first, it's ours. If you want to give a shot at it, go for it.
All right, and if we just tell them that we're cool with you, they won't maybe try to kill us, or do you want us to fight over it? I guess is what.
She actually says that's actually a pretty good point, and she walks up to one of the Duergar behind them, um, uh, kind of without any provocation at all, grabs that eye um, plaque or
Yeah.
patch or whatever it is, rips it off of his armor and tosses it over to you.
Neat.
Go ahead and show them. Go ahead and show them this. They'll likely back off.
All
It's hard
right.
to tell with some of them.
All right. We'll see. Hopefully, it won't come to blows. If it does, it wasn't personal. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
You don't mind if we drop your name, Skella?
not around the wrong crowds. You run into a Duergar down here, and they'll know who I am.
All right. So we were able to throw hit dice for that short
Yep.
rest.
Yep. Short rest.
Did you apply the short rest, Joe?
I am now.
Okay. Yeah, combat wild shape. I was looking for.
All right. We got that door over there. We got that hallway up there that we go check out.
We might as well open the door in this temple area here, so in case there's a king or something nearby.
Who knows? There might be a way around this door.
True.
All right. So you're just gonna go and open doors.
Yep.
Yeah.
Orin walks up and opens a door to find everyone's favorite atypical hallway.
Hot damn.
You open the door and hear what seems to be coming from down the hall, straight forward, or maybe to the left. There's like a child's giggle, and you hear like a pitter patter of footsteps getting dimmer.
Yeah, this is not
I strongly
Child's
consider
giggle,
closing
I'm
the
going
door.
the other way.
good.
Yeah, I'm going in.
Fucking
Straight
Chucky.
in and looking this way, north of us.
North ends in a kind of a turn to the right. Once again, you hear footfalls and giggling, and they are coming from the north.
I'll
I'll
look south.
shoot up the child.
Stacy, as you approach the north and getting closer to that giggling, the footsteps again once again get quieter as you approach them, and you think you're going to see whatever it is that's making the sound. It sounds and that close, and the giggling sounds that close when you turn the corner. But you turn the corner, and it once again sounds like it's around the next corner.
Jesus, this kid's fast.
Oren, you hear much the same as you go around that corner, but as soon as you turn the corner itself, the the sound stops.
Oh. Um, I mutter a small prayer and carefully make my way along.
As I run past him.
Yeah.
Lauren, did you see the kid?
No.
I'm gonna just look at this wall real closely as I walk along here and see if there's any kind of place he could have slipped in,
Sounds good.
he or she.
It. Chapter 2. Alright, I'm gonna go bravely out here to see where this kid
Yeah,
is.
it's like there's definitely not anything along that wall at all.
Okay.
I just locked tokens because I'm going to go into a bit of a description here. But Liz, as you walk in that room and see, it is quite a larger room. The left of this room, you see an archway. It's set in the back of the wall and decorated with inlaid images of what look to be dancing goblins. And then you look to the right and see there are. Oh, there we go. There are two corpses. They look like two Duergar. Uh, one looks like one male, one female, possibly. They are lied sprawled in the center of the room. Blood around.
Okay.
To the south, you see another archway on the south wall. You can't really quite make that out without getting much closer to it.
Alright, I'm gonna turn around and say to the rest of the party, bodies, and then move in a little more.
What? What kind of bodies?
Those kind.
Yeah, you can tell it. They're definitely Duergar.
I'm gonna go see if they have any clear wounds or indication of what they died from. I know there's blood everywhere, but like, are there open wounds?
No,
that it
Drake,
came
my
from,
movie day
or-
is Tuesday, so
Don't
I'm gonna see.
like stabs or anything.
I'm gonna see it on
You
Tuesday.
see like contusions, bruising, broken bones, smashed face, like things like that.
I'm gonna touch them. They could come back to life.
I'd like to have a closer look at the arch that's on the north
I
side.
usually go to the movies on Tuesday with CJ, but he didn't want to go to it. He doesn't do scary movies, which I find to be funny.
Excellent. So as voila, as you get closer, you can definitely see they're just dancing goblins. Um, the other unique feature that you see now that you're much closer is that there's a letter D carved into the arch's keystone. So at the very top. There we go.
All right, I'll go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
That's
I'm gonna go down
curious.
south or closer to the one down there and see. Is there a similar design?
Voila, as you are checking that out and they are walking to the south to check another one out, You are struck full force in the side of the head, and you can all roll initiative.
What the hell?
Ah, what the fuck?
It just doesn't sound right coming from you. Oh no, she got hit. What's happening? Do we see what hit her in the head?
She screams out, and she can definitely tell it came from her right, but there is nothing there.
Oh shit.
Sling, you look a little closer. There's like air. There's a disturbance of air. Like there's dust moving around. There's things in the air, but it's like the air is attacking.
Oh, around voila.
Yes.
So I'm
And
gonna.
we are gonna start
Oh, okay.
with Stacy.
Since I was looking at the dead bodies, I'd turn around, look at Voila, and pull out one of my scimitars and expecting to see something, but I don't. So I will have a ready action to attack whatever comes into view that attacked. As vague as that is.
All right.
Orin.
Um. Well, of course, I don't have daylight, but I will make my way up this way and get next to her, kind of be on the lookout, and ready an attack if I see any motion from
Yeah,
her.
so you get up close to there, and there's definitely a disturbance of air in the spot directly to her right as she's turning and looking at her attacker, but seeing right through it.
Okay. I'm going to cast a 4th level divine weapon.
All right.
There's a token thing. One of these. Spell token. Not that one.
Are you able to pull it? I don't know if you are.
I might be able to. But yeah, just
There you go.
yeah. And I'll have it make an attack. Do I need to put a disadvantage on it?
You do not.
All right.
It is a hit.
And it's to cast it at a higher level. It'll do 2d8 damage. All right. And that was a move and a bonus action. So now I'll do a Toll of the Dead, or make an attempt to.
It was successful.
All right, that's my turn.
Voila.
I start by putting Cloak of Displacement back on. So I still can't see it.
It is invisible, but I mean, there's a disturbance of air there, so you'll definitely have disadvantage attacking it. But
I know it's there.
essentially, yeah. It's like almost like I would say like an air elemental, but much more difficult to see. It is invisible, but it creates a disturbance just by being there.
I believe I'm gonna create a bonfire in that space.
Okay. It failed. Anything else for you? Does it, if it ends its turn there, or is it when it starts its turn? Voila.
It when it ends its turn there.
Okay. So the first thing you do see is that it kind of spins all the way around you, and yep, perfect, and attacks as it does. As it's spinning around you, it is just throwing punches, and it's like this air is coalescing and hurting quite a bit. Couple of hits as it ends its turn, and Sling, you're up.
All right, I think I saw the disturbance there. I'm going to drop a Toll of the Dead on it as well.
It was successful. Is Toll of the Dead one that? I should ask that in the future. Go for it. It was successful anyway.
All right, nothing. It's a cantrip.
All right. Frostbite.
It was successful on Frostbite. I don't know what you guys are thoughts on this one, but when a spell says you can see it and it's invisible.
Oh,
Right.
no, you have to be able to see it. Hold on, let me check
So
mine
like
too.
Toll of the Dead is you point one creature you can see within range. So just check that.
Oh,
while
right. So we
play.
should do ours over because I can't see either. But since we both missed, or we should just skip it.
Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't do those if you can't see them. You're right.
Top of the round
Fucking invisible.
with Stacy.
So this thing is invisible, but it's kind of nowhere where it's at, or
Well, you
what?
can't so for spells that say you can have to be able to see it, you can't. But you can't just swing wildly at nothing. I mean, invisibility doesn't. While it has some other things, it's going to be as you're going to have disadvantage against attacks and difficult to see.
All right. So I'm going to take this chance of, disadvantage. Go up towards here next to Walan or in.
So while it's invisible, like looking at the photo, like it disturbs things around it.
Uh-huh.
That guy's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to the dead bodies there, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, really.
It's some Stranger Things shit.
All right. So
Hit.
awesome. I'm going to do a menacing attack.
It failed.
Oh, cool. It's frightened. And let's just go ahead and smack it around. Attempt to smack it around some
That's
more.
a miss.
And my last one.
It hit.
Trap. Yeah. Let's try a trip attack.
It failed again.
Wow.
So not only is it scared, but it's also prone. I love it.
Nice.
Orin,
Orin.
it's there. I think I heard it fall.
Sons of bitches. All right.
Well, you didn't. But you certainly did trip attack.
It might have been immune to it, is what I'm reading. On the thing.
Oh.
It does say target immune to prone, yeah.
We wouldn't be able to tell. So, as a bonus action, my turn can move up to 20 feet. It's going to move over there. I'm going to repeat that attack.
Miss.
Cool. And then I will attack it with my spear.
Hit.
Hot damn. I'll use Divine Strike. Sweet.
Voila.
Fireball.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a meta question real quick. On Eldritch Blast, it says a beam of crackling energy streaks toward a creature within range, but never talks about having to see it.
You're good then.
We've been playing it as if it's a scene.
Right.
No, I think Eldritch Blast is okay without having to see.
Yeah,
I think it was the scene thing because of wasn't it something with your character and line of
There's cover issues.
yeah, it's still a ranged attack, right?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the fact
yeah,
that I
so,
think the fact that it's an attack roll means it doesn't need to be line of sight or see it.
So you're throwing it at its general direction, which is of course disadvantage, which you already have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I think I can still do it, which
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Nice. Oh.
A fucking +10. It seems like it's overkill at some point. Maybe not. There we go.
You know I roll one, so
I miss. And a hit. Sorry.
Damn.
Damage done. This thing continues to lay into Bola. Fuck.
Oh boy.
We can't do that one, so it tries again. And misses. Sling.
All right, I'm gonna stroll up and say, "Is that thing in front of you, Orin?"
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna step into your square. Excuse me, and then I'll finish my turn there after I attack twice.
Liz yells, "Don't
Hit.
do that! I want to go there." Finish there.
And a hit.
And my extra attack.
Hit.
That'll do.
And it kind of dissipates in the air.
Never mind, I don't care.
Thank you, Liz. We love you too.
It was my only option was to go in the square that you were in, so that's why I was saying that. But now, I don't have to worry about it. Or do I? Is there other things in the room that we don't know about?
we
you
don't know,
guys-
do we?
I tried to trick him. He
Combat,
wasn't gonna.
There don't appear to be any other things attacking you.
Well, I mean, we can always look for air distortions or movement of dust on the ground.
Yep.
We still hear the giggling.
You do not at this point.
Meanwhile,
So the arch. Go ahead.
Liz will focus her attention thusly.
Yeah, and on the arches, are the goblins in a stationary dancing pose, or are
Yeah,
they
they're not
actually
they're
moving?
not wiggling around or moving. They're in a. I mean, it's like carving.
Gotcha.
Did we check these bodies already?
You have not.
Okay, I'll look to see. Well, first of all, standard search, but I'll also want to know, can I tell anything specifically about how they were killed, or try to match it up with, do we think this whirling dervish thing killed them, or what?
Yeah, I mean, you see a couple of bruises and broken bones. You see one of them. It looks like their head has been smashed. But it looks like it doesn't look like they were stabbed. It looks like um, they were bludgeoned.
Okay.
I let the bonfire drop.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the weapon will go.
So just a second. So as Liz, as you're checking those guys out, takes a little bit of time. How long does the weapon last? Like a minute or something like that. So that'll go away. Bonfire drops, you said.
Yeah, up to a minute. So yeah.
Okay. And Orin, as you step down closer to that second one, you feel a brush of air come right past.
It's happening again.
And a hit. And we're back into combat. As you see this this swirling air in front of Orin kind of coalesce as it makes that attack. It makes 2 more. Lands the first. Misses on the second.
Whoa. Are we
Stacy.
re-rolling? Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Okay, so now
You can
it's
hear another set of
down
commotion. Yeah,
there.
now that kind of settled
right?
down and people are checking things out, you hear another bit of commotion as Orin goes to check out the other.
And if that thing, or if I see a shimmer of air move near me, I guess I'll ready an action for an attack.
Okay.
Which I have 2 of them, apparently. There, done.
Orin.
I didn't appreciate that ghost. And I'll try to stab it. That's not the thing I wanted to do. Sorry. Cool.
That was miss.
To be helpful, I will move over. Yeah.
Voila.
Well, I'm going to blast at whatever it is they were swinging at.
Sounds good. Hit. A hit. And
damn.
a hit. All
But that
3
didn't
find
feel
their
good,
mark.
so I'm not going that way.
Sling.
All right, I'm gonna make my way down there. Actually, I'll stop behind Stacy, so
Okay.
voila, still has a clear path. And ready in action if that thing whirlwinds over near me to take an attack.
Sounds good. Liz.
All right. I'm going to come down. And I'm going to try to do 2 scimitar attacks.
First is a hit. Second's a miss.
Okay.
Top of the round. One attack on Orin. Misses. One on Liz. Misses. Stacy.
That's right, I'm invisible.
Gonna move down here. Yep.
Miss.
And I'll try again.
Miss.
Fine.
Miss.
Are you sure there's something here? I don't think there's anything here. I'm not hitting anything.
There's definitely nothing, Orin. You got it's all in your head.
Yep. I'm fine. Just go up and see a doctor when I'm on service. All right. Cool.
Miss.
That's my turn.
Voila.
Well, they're still swinging at it, so I'll shoot it some more too.
Sounds good. Hit. Hit. And a miss. Sling.
I'll move down and take some shots. Fumble.
You hear or you feel next to your ear like a small insect buzzing. And then a sharp prick in your neck. You are poisoned for the rest of the combat.
Ouch. Oh no, you have disadvantage on attacks.
Yeah, right.
I'm waving my rapier around. I poke my ear. Ow.
No, don't do that. Try to clean your ear off the edge of your rapier.
Another fumble.
Jesus.
What is your total available movement?
It is 30. 60 with a dash.
And I think you moved 10.
Sling, as you take that last swipe and whiff, you don't know how. So what was your total movement again? 30, right?
Yeah, 30. I'm not in blade song mode.
Yeah, as you open your eyes, you are now there. Everyone else just saw you vanish and reappear.
You can assume Misty Step, but that would be wrong.
Katie
Liz.
Ballard, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. All right, I'm just gonna have to do the same thing.
Hit. And a miss.
You ain't got shit.
Misses Liz.
That's right.
Get Stacy.
Ow.
Has it got 3 attacks now? Has it always had 3 attacks?
Is not. I screwed up.
Okay.
Aha. So,
Oh no, it hit you. It did damage to you.
oh fuck.
But I did mess up. You shouldn't have.
Sometimes
Miss. Oh, you're getting lots of 20s on that die that drops.
I know. I'm like crying over here right now.
It was successful.
God damn it. What was that? Attack number 2 or 5 or what?
That was 2, I believe. And a miss. Orin.
All right.
All right.
More spear action.
Hit.
Sweet. Divine strike. Awesome.
Finds its mark, and voila, you're up. Hit. And it is no more as the second one flies and smacks the wall.
Nice. I give her the fist pump. Warlocks rule.
You once again find yourselves out of combat.
So tell me about this archway down here.
So you now can focus on this archway, and you see what look to be 2 very scantily clad elves, clearly one male and one female. Each are holding a single finger, kind of a fisted hand, but holding a single finger to their pursed lips, while the other hands reach up to make the archway, clasping each other's to make the keystone.
Oh.
Can you the poison drops after that encounter, right, Joe? Okay.
So, like, is there a through the archway? Then
Is the what?
can I see through it?
It's just
Like
stone on the
it's a
back.
doorway? Okay,
Like the
good.
other
Just
archways
checking.
that you've seen. It's an stone archway, but behind it there's typically a bas relief, or there's something carved in the outside, or you know these are like these portals that you've dealt with. How to activate them is always kind of the trick.
Right.
Hmm.
And even once I've activated them, where the hell do they go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, we haven't dabbled in that too much since we've been down
Just
here.
the one time.
Yeah, once. That's all it took. And
Yeah. Well, from
Orin, I'm just gonna say, looking at these scantily clad, you're not gonna do like the Durgar did in the temple there, are you? Get enlarged. Just don't do it.
Orin just stares at him.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're lawful.
doesn't
Elves are
mean
gross.
doesn't mean he has a sense of humor, but that's
Yeah.
So I like what our warlock's doing. I'm gonna go join her and maybe pursue this hallway here.
more hallway takes a turn.
Why would you do that?
Split the party.
Kind of love this a little.
Split the party, but not only by 20 feet.
You see a left and a right entrance, a little bit, or hallway rather, to the south there, Liz and Stacy.
Okay.
So much more hallway to run down.
Do it. Don't
Sling,
do it.
you see
Run Forest.
a few different entrances. The far end of this is another one of those you can't go past walls things.
Pseudo portcullis.
I was hoping it was going to be a portcullis and I could just, bang on the bars, but apparently I can't.
Hey, Stacy, you see anything down there interesting?
It turns right. That's all I can tell you.
So Sling, as you're taking a look at that one, you can take a look to the north and say that is it's a smaller room. Um, that's odd. It's a smaller room, but you can definitely tell that there's some paintings. There's something in the middle of this, like on a in the middle of this room. It looks like stone, but there's some sort of pillar and something sitting on top of it. It's within the center of that room.
Hey, Oren, you want to go pre-approve the paintings in there before we walk in and get appalled?
Stacy, your room is a smaller room as well. And looking in there, you can see that there's some runes and some paintings.
Paintings, I do
Uh,
like art.
well, it's like the wall itself is painted, rather, in
Oh,
some sort of scene. In order to understand it or better see what it is, you would have to go in the room, though.
all right. Let's just see what this is.
All right, we'll be listening for a scream as we see Stacy disappear.
So you do see sewn panels on both the east and west walls. It's got some frescoes with dwarvish runes, and it looks like it looks like a dwarf with a crown is staring at uh, a vein of some sort of ore. I don't know if you're knowledgeable enough to understand ex- what kind of ore it is, but it's definitely like a dwarf finding and maybe um, being in awe of a specific kind of mineral.
All right, I'm uncomfortable with her being gone this long. I'm going to just stroll over there and make sure she's good.
Lastly, when you enter that room, Stacy, and you get into that spot there, you see forming.
I see you for you. What?
You see forming in the center
Oh,
of that
for me.
room. You see, you've seen a beholder before. There,
Uh,
there are lights coalescing into the shape of a beholder.
nope, nope. Run away, run away. Turn
See like
around and push
coalescing
Sling.
more in the eyes themselves, and then more light begins to coalesce into the eye stalks. And uh, as you run, you take a peek over your shoulder, and it is no longer there.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it may have been a figment of your imagination or something.
So I'm going to
Uh, actually, I was gonna ask Joe if my researcher feature recalls any lore or anything about this.
Not this. Definitely would have helped to know. I mean, this you're able to tell pretty early on that this is shaping up into something that you don't fuck with.
Super.
So I saw it too before I ran. I'm gonna say, hey, there's some kind of coalescing beholder, and there is a dwarf with a crown, so might be the king we're looking for. But anyway, it's kind of scary in there. We might not want to head in there.
Anyway,
Oh, God, it's over here
Or
too.
as you take as you and Voila take a better look within this room, you can see there's definitely some frescoes on the north and the east wall. There's a bunch of dwarven ruins within there. However, there is a beer it looks like it's made of marble, and on top of this beer is a large stone rocking cradle.
That's very disconcerting. I'm gonna.
In order to get a better look at the frescoes and the what's painted on there, you would need to go up to the walls and check them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stay around the sides of the room, kind of investigate the panels there.
I'm gonna
Sounds
say,
good.
hey, Orin, that
Maybe I'll
baby may
rock the
think you're
cradle.
here to baptize him.
So voila, you walk up to this bier in this cradle and look inside, and there looks to be there's not only the cradle, but there is a stone infant in this cradle. And as you rock that cradle back and forth, that stone infant rocks ever so slightly, as if you can definitely tell it's not attached, like it is separate from the cradle itself.
Oh my god, you pick up the stone baby.
Orin, you're looking at the frescoes, and you can definitely tell, especially with the help of Sling and kind of what this is about or some history of the dwarvish. But these frescoes depict Melair, would have been the king of this area or this clan of dwarves, and it looks like this king is spending time with what you would assume to be his wife and their children and their children's children. It's like an extended family kind of thing.
All right.
And just different depictions of maybe seeing the family grow over time. The same sort of likenesses appear.
All the way around the room.
Correct. Yep, on that east and that north side.
All right.
As you're looking at those, you can kind of hear Voila rocking this cradle, and you hear the small clink, 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 clink of this stone on stone hitting each other.
So I'm gonna stroll up to Orin and say, hey, remember the script on the dais there? There was something about Malair Bode or something along those lines.
Right.
So Malair Bode, as you is this area. Malair Bode is the Bode of Malair.
Aha.
Yeah.
Curious, since it's clinking, I am going to see if I can pick up the stone baby.
Do you have maybe what kind of strength have you got? Shit.
Oh, pathetic strength. Let's see.
You reach your hands in, and you can tell this is a 2-foot long, solid stone statue. You get maybe like the it rocked over a little bit, and it starts pinching your arm. Like it would come out, but you need to be significantly stronger, or maybe have some help.
I sense her struggle there, and I go, hey, I'm wimpy as you are. I can't give you a hand.
I don't know.
That's okay. I didn't really want a stone baby anyway. It was just it's not like attached to this cradle. It's weird.
I don't think it'd be wise to remove it.
Does anyone have anything that they would apply to maybe understand what things would be worth down here? I think Stacy. Stacy would probably be the one. Like she typically looks at things and says that's worth something to someone.
Am I?
Right.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, you're a real estate mogul. You got our mansion for us and everything.
That
You're
is
the
true.
you're the bomb.
That cradle, um, that would fetch a pretty penny. The problem will be, and as you kind of look and with voila and understand that thing weighs a friggin' ton. Getting it out would be difficult, but you can definitely tell that
There's an
that
easy
would be worth
solution. There's an easy
thousands
solution.
of gold.
It's a horrible solution, but it's an easy solution. You break the baby and take it out in parts.
It's not the baby that's that you're. It's the cradle.
Oh, huh.
Baby parts.
Baby part.
Monkey, puppy monkey baby.
Okay, I'm gonna need a minute to think about this cradle
Sure.
and how we can.
Liz, as you step into that room and see, you can see there's a set of stone panels on the west and the south walls with more of these frescoes and dwarvish ruins. Um, 6 stone pedestals stand before these frescoes, and they're surrounded by shattered glass.
Oh, like something might have been on. How tall are they? How tall are the
They're
pedestals?
like display cases.
Yeah, so somebody took something.
The frescoes show Malaire, this same king of the dwarves, uh, as a prospector, and he discovers this mineral vein within the mountain. It kind of tells the story or shows the story of it. And then inviting his kith and kin, more dwarves show up, begin flocking to the area, begin mining. And that's really kind of tells the story of how this became what it is. That one dwarf, Melair, found this and used it to his advantage, became king of the area. It talks or it shows a similar depiction towards the end of this Malaire, this king, receiving gifts during a coronation. Um, you see, and they're quite well preserved and painted, but you see what looks to be like a gem-studded cloak. You see an onyx, like a black smoking pipe, a fist-sized diamond, a red crystal tankard, a golden belt with obsidian buckle. Um, all of these different things um, within the painting itself.
We've seen a jeweled cloak recently on our new friend. Does it look like that? Like they've already been here?
Yep, it is part and parcel. That is exactly the cloak.
Cut her hand off.
How's that going to help?
She's the king. I don't know. She's in disguise. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could break it. It's a matter of how do you fix it. It is a solid stone piece.
But there's like no grooves or anything for assembly that I
Correct.
could.
Like it was carved out of a single stone?
Correct. I mean, there's always magic to fix things, right?
Does somebody know mending?
That's a
Nice.
utilitarian spell. Why the fuck would anyone take it?
Who the fuck?
We could find an NPC that would be able to do it.
True. We could hire somebody. All right, this is gonna have to come down in pieces. Where's the bag of holding?
Can only take about 500 pounds, and I got shit in it already.
Is it important shit that's gonna sell for money?
Pretty sure that's going to weigh more than 500 pounds anyway.
How
It
much
would
shit
definitely
do we
weigh
have in
more
there?
than probably about an estimation would be that it's probably 600 or 700 pounds. The baby being part of that, you'd figure about maybe 500 pounds worth of stone for the cradle.
Need another bag. Why did we not invest in another bag?
We did.
We did, but it got eaten by a boat.
Now,
This is never gonna go away.
poor
I
whatever
think
his
it had
face
some
was.
good shit in it too.
Yeah.
We'll never remember.
Have you played Mad Mage? Oh, you mean Mimicville? Yeah, we played that.
You give the party a mimic one fucking time.
That's all it took.
And it was part of the actual thing and not the stream killing
Wasn't
us.
even me. Yep.
All right.
All right. So what do you say, Stacy? What do you think you know?
How many goblins do I have left? Can I bring them down here? I probably can't. This is
You
too-
didn't. You actually kind of gave them to Azrock.
All right, I would like to put a pin on this because I will come back for it with the team.
Okay.
A team that's not this team, obviously.
You can see some light to the north. Let me reveal this out here. Another larger square room with some of these pillars that emits light. You can tell along the outside of this room and the pillars, some of the pillar parts themselves, they're an interconnected series of art that depicts this King Malair's life.
And is he standing at the end of the line like the queen and we can just get him? Where the hell?
Not.
Okay. Well, hell. Oh, snap, we're getting back to where we were before. Yeah.
Anybody else bothered by the bioluminescent columns?
I mean, they're weird. But they haven't, and I went in the between them in case there was like a trap there or whatever, but they haven't really done anything.
It's just dwarf magic.
Dwarf magic.
Stacy, you see another set of frescoes within this one, panels on the north and south. There are 3 objects which are displayed on stone blocks in the middle of this room. Each is encased under glass. A 4th display has been broken.
Well, that's disappointing.
That's where? South? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, just within the on
What?
either side of the hall.
Okay. What are the objects in the display cases that are still intact?
You see what looks to be a rusty iron trowel. It in one of the photos it depicts Malair using such a trowel to spread mortar to build. What? Yeah, to spread mortar. You see the claw of a wyvern and an orc's split helm. The frescoes depict Malair his early exploits as a prospector, building a bridge over the river, meeting his first elf, prospecting for ore and gems in caves and foothills, hiding from orcs, and fighting a wyvern. In each scene, he's joined by a small company of dwarf prospectors.
The one that's missing, what's the image for that one?
They're not like associated to an image itself. You can see 4 display cases, and then you see those types of scenes around.
All right. Well, is there a scene that we don't see an item for? I guess.
Elf.
Okay.
Don't see anything relating to an elf at all.
Much interesting. Perhaps we can think it over on break.
Sure.
Oh yeah, it's time. Let's take 10 minutes.
All right.
Come back at 22.
Yeah. So here we go, everybody. Break time. 10 minutes. So during the break, we'll show the slides. Ooh, I should go and change this one. Don't you know I like to do that during the break? Change it to the next game. Are you kidding me? Is this episode 29? We're only on level 5. What the hell? So, let's go to the videotape. Okay. This is not loaded in my recently done files. I must have done many already. Baldur's Gate tomorrow. Everybody starts tomorrow. Okay, we gotta change this. So episode 30 will be on the 6 plus 7 is 13, so the September 13th. And file save as JPEG. JPG, that's John's initials, the Moon Wizard. JPG, I never really noticed that till just a second after 4 years. Alright, so let's see, close that. So now, yes, Sunday we will be going through the Essentials Kit. Monday I will be making something. Who the hell knows? Good boss. Wednesday we'll play 5e pickup games. Every Wednesday. Friday, we will be back to this game. So a week from today, of course, episode 30. There we go. Sunday, tomorrow, there is no Acquisitions Incorporated game tomorrow, but there is next Sunday. Oh, wait. Saturday, tomorrow, session 0, everybody. Holy shit. Fucking be here. Yeah, so this Sunday, the 8th, there's no game, but next Sunday there is, episode 9 of Acquisitions Incorporated, and then right back to this. Okay, good. So those are the slides, everybody. Drake Takes, who's in the chat right now, he will be the DM. Everybody's going to be on camera, so maybe we'll get some more people to the channel, since that's going to be the case. We're all getting together tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. to go over the cameras all day. That's a little joke. That's not happening. I am going to go away from my keyboard for just a moment. Because Pringles isn't doing it. I might need to make a sandwich or something. Oh, fuck. How much time do I have? 7 minutes. Okay. Here I go. I'm taking out the Pringles and I'm taking out the Funyuns. Because that's about enough of salt. Yeah, you can hear me say fuck over and over and over. Alright, I'm walking away. All right, so here's a weird thing. I just bought this. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can turn this to where I can just do like, what is this? Is this just me right here? Yeah. Okay. So I bought this Prego ready meal marinara and Italian sausage rotini. I've never done this before. You literally just put it in the microwave, unopened for 60 seconds. And then I don't know if this is going to work out very well. Yeah, it's trying to. Here, let me turn this off. No, how do you just go to nothing? I forgot how to do it. Oh, fuck. Well, whatever. You guys can kind of see it. So, it's a pouch, and you there you go. That's good enough. You literally can put it in the microwave for 60 seconds unopened. It tells you don't open it, and then you rip the top of it off, and you stir it up, and it's like a really nice little meal of like chili mac. And I never tried it before, and it's gonna be. I
What
haven't
happened?
tasted.
Did we level up?
Not yet.
Did we level up? So how much time is left in break?
No one
anyway?
died though.
1 minute. Okay.
Liz actually got enough to level up once you guys rest though.
Ooh.
Immediate long rest.
Right. As Stacy
The thing
figured
down
out
for
some
the-
way to carry out a big stone baby cradle.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Minus the baby inside, maybe a little lighter.
The baby doesn't matter. We don't need. Unless I think we can get more for this set, but like I said, just break the baby apart and throw.
Oh, the baby can just be taken out. That's what. Just that Voila wasn't strong enough to do it.
You can probably move it, but I'm, kind of weakling.
I'm honestly not as strong as you think I am. You're giving me too much credit there, my friend.
No, it's just maybe teamwork. Maybe you guys can like carry something together. You'll be all right.
What? Teamwork.
Yeah.
What a foreign concept.
Who has to get in the back? I don't want that. We should be all here. It looks like we're good. So, searching around, finding stuff in the life and history of Malair, it looks like. You do hear a bit of sound coming from down over into this area here, just like some low rumblings and grumblings, some talking, but non-distinct words.
Where are you going there, Sling?
I'm moving in.
Come to another cross section until there's a room to the north that enlarges a little bit.
All right, I think I'm gonna just kind of look back and see my party's heading this way, and I'll open this door.
You hear a little bit more of the lower tones, but some more rumbling and grumbling from as there's someone's going through something to the north. I open the door. And you see a lot of the same stuff. You see frescoes on these walls, though. There's frescoes depicting dwarves. It looks like they're defending their home, or the mountain itself, against things like onkegs and purple worms, umber hulks, burrowing monsters of all sorts. Um, in the room itself, you see what look to be 5 very crude, like almost sawhorses or wooden donkeys, maybe. Each of them have a body that's like it's a wood keg turned on its side. It's got it's a head and a neck, and everything's made of wood and a sackcloth attached to one end of to the far end of the keg for it looks like maybe a tail. Oh, and sorry, a tail that's made of a straw broom.
Toys for kids. Training dummies.
I'm gonna roll across the room and listen by this door here.
No discernible noise.
I'll go ahead and open that one.
Opens up to a hallway.
Take a look and see what's up and down.
All right. To the south, you can see a stone door which has been completely shattered. Down in the area where you kind of heard some rumbling and grumbling, you look, you can see there. That'd be down in this area here. There are four of these enlarged. So they're a large creature, Duergar. Then they're like picking at the wall down to the south. They got some tools out, and they're kind of picking slowly at the wall.
Aha. So they're probably thinking something's behind that. Do we see anything to the north?
Yeah.
Death.
Death waits us there.
Be just a second here.
5 feet away.
Hey, Oren, you got the badge on you? There's some Duergar digging at a wall down here. You might want to flash them your.
Or what you
Cop
guys can do
badge.
what I did in basic training, which is
Ask 'em
eat
what
the
they're doing.
entire package of
But they might be a little
dried
crazy.
strawberries
She warned
and then drink
Yeah,
your cantina and
I'm
have to go
fine
to the
letting
fucking
them do what they're
hospital.
doing.
us. Right?
I was
Yeah, let
18,
them
I
clear
didn't
a
know.
path, and then we'll take it from them. I like it.
The north is just a hallway that's shaped like a pain in my ass for revealing it.
Aha.
The hallway to the north curves around.
Take a gander up here since we haven't been this way. Looks unfamiliar.
More hallways.
Stacy, always.
Lots of hallways.
How often
Sage
do you
playing-
do it? Hallways.
Playing with the donk.
She's got stone baby rabies.
What?
Stone baby rabies.
I said it again.
I don't think that's a real disease or anything there, sir.
No, it's not.
Hallway finally ends in a couple of doors.
Let's do
Liz.
this, Liz.
Yeah, I open it. Liz. That's me, Liz. I open it.
You open this door to find a completely ransacked room. You see like relics that were once rested on top of tables, which are now completely toppled over and broken all over the floor. There were small wall niches. Everything within them has been strewn all over the room. Things like iron censers, stone candlesticks, polished crystal orbs. There's a black funeral helm. Everything is dented, broken, and or disassembled.
Shall we go in, Sling, and see if there's anything salvageable?
Yeah, whoever did this obviously didn't know what they were doing. So let's take a peek through this and dig around a
Yes,
little
you
bit.
can start to tromp through, and it'll take a little bit of time to start going through everything. You want to go through it pretty thoroughly, or what?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Is anyone else doing anything while they're doing that?
I'd like to bravely open this door.
You see Walla open this door so fucking bravely. She didn't even scream. This one, you can see like on the walls there looks to be maybe like there used to be something hung on these walls, maybe a piece of art or a stone tablet or something fairly decent size, but they've since been removed. You can tell that by the discoloration of the stone. You can see shelves and curios that were within this room as well are all now shattered and lie across the floor. Some of the artwork that was hanging on the wall is just looks like it might be strewn throughout the room.
Well, I'll take a closer look.
Okay,
You
so
know,
you're
rummage
gonna,
about a bit
yeah,
for
you'll
things of
search
value.
this room while they're searching that one.
Yep.
Orin or Stacy, you helping either of these groups out?
Hanging out with Voila.
Okay, so you'll help her kind of search through that room as well.
I'm gonna try to be between both groups in case something bad goes wrong with either of them.
Sounds good. You probably spend a good 15, 20 minutes going through everything. Um, Liz and a Sling, the room that you're in, you do locate one piece of. It looks to be a statuette, a blue stone gemish looking statuette of Malayer. Looks like a dwarven king, or at least. I'll throw that in the party sheet.
Oh.
What color was it? Onyx, you said?
It's blue. It's a
Blue.
lapis.
Got it.
All right. Does it have a little hand on it?
Stacy, and voila,
He
you
doesn't
find
even answer me.
the rest of this. Doesn't even have a hand on it.
Trying to put it in the thing on the hand of the king.
Yeah, you can try it. You find a funeral shroud with shards of blue quartz, which are sewn into it, and a cryptarch, or sorry, cryptic depicting a dwarven wedding. All useless, but worth some money. Not near as much as a big baby rocker, though. After fully reviewing the area down to the south, voila, this is definitely once kind of looked like it's a reliquary. The room to the north just looks like a storage room or like a non-specific. And that hallway is just going to lead back towards where you guys started out.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Ladies, have we opened this door yet?
Nope, not yet.
All right, I will break it open slowly.
I don't think you need to break it open. I think it just
Yeah,
opens.
a crack. Oh, that's another breaking word.
Sling opens this one so unbravely. Looking at this one, you can see there's 4 work areas which line the east wall, each consisting of a stout desk and a swiveling stool. Above each stool is a lantern that hangs by a chain anchored in the ceiling. And it looks like, after better look, that these look to be spaces dedicated to maybe some fine metalworking.
I will sit on one of the stools and take a spin, and then check what's over here.
You take a spin on the first stool. It catches, cracks, and topples you over. No harm done, but a broken wood or broken stool nonetheless.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Sit on it,
Oh.
Potsy.
As you're plopped on the ground, going to stand up, you do see underneath the table a set of tools that might be useful.
Looky here. I made a mistake and I get rewarded. It's the way of things these days. Jewelers. Excellent. I have some jeweler's tools already. Does anybody want a set?
That Prego meal was a little spicy. It did not advertise itself as such, but it was still pretty good.
Don't have any skill with that, but I can drop it in the bag of holding if you want to hang on to it.
It's worth money.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let Stacy cast her appraising eye on it first, and then drop it in if she gives you the thumbs up.
They just look like normal tools. I don't know what you expect me to see.
Your assessment is helpful. Thank you.
Use the other jeweler's tools to look at the jeweler's tools.
Yeah.
Sling, as you walk out of that room, get my shit together here,
Tighten it up, Joe. Come on.
right?
Oh, there was a funeral helmet or something dented up in that other room, right? Were they a matching pair?
They were not. No, that one
Okay.
was
Just junk.
beyond repair.
As soon as I can see 4 people, including myself.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I was getting to that, but you're walking out of there. You do run across. You make enough noise to, fucking hey there, to get the attention of these Duergar that are down, and it looks like they're again picking at the stone that's there. They hear you coming through and immediately grab their weapons located on the ground and begin moving towards you.
Whoa.
I will pull out the Iron Eye badge. Said, "Hey, we're with Skella. Everything's fine. Just calm down. I like what you're doing."
The first one will walk up and get a closer look at the badge while being rather cautious. Give you a loud huff and then go back to work.
Nice.
Loud huff.
All right.
I say to Orin and Dwarven, how does he know you didn't just take that off a dead one you killed? No, I don't. He comes running back.
You guys going in that room down there, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I saw you, Stacy, 3 times trying to get into a square. Oh, what's in here?
You see scattered throughout the rooms remains of a bed, armoire, a desk, and a chair. Looks to be finer work. Pretty long, hard used. Heaped around the broken desks are hundreds of torn up pieces of paper. They look to have some sort of writing on them, but we need to spend some time to figure out what it is.
Okay. And did you say that the Duergar are chopping the southern wall? Are they? Does it look like they're trying to dig through it, or what are they doing?
If you spend some kind of attention as you see them go back to work, you can see they're actually taking like maybe the sharp pieces of their axes, of some pickaxes or a knife perhaps, and like scraping the wall. And you see like these flecks of silvery metal coming off of the wall.
Oh.
Okay, so it doesn't look like
as
they're
they
trying to
work.
dig through it and make a tunnel or anything.
No, it looks like they're probably taking whatever valuable metal is inlaid into
Got it.
whatever it is
Okay.
that was depicting.
All right.
You've seen like with some gems. You pop some gems out of a wall while you're down here.
Right.
Is it damaged beyond recognition, or can we tell what it was before they began scraping it?
You can, from what you can see, it looks like I mean they're scraping at it pretty good, but it looks like there was a mountain, and maybe they're scraping out what were inlays of ore veins.
Yep.
But this mountain is what is all you can see. They're blocking everything else. Liz and Sling, what are you guys doing there?
I'm gonna search.
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
trying to piece together the puzzle of paper to see if we can. I do know Dwarvish. Hopefully, there's some Dwarvish script on it, and I can kind of sort through it, lay it out
Yeah,
on one of the desks.
as Liz starts going through it, this makes no fucking sense at all. So showing everything to Sling, it's definitely religious and written in Dwarvish. Maybe they're like religious sayings. They're all ripped up, and they look to be from scrolls. So it's hard to tell for sure, but you could certainly spend a significant amount of time in here.
Hey, Oren, you want to take a look at this? I know you know Dwarvish, and you're a holy man. Some religious text I noticed on here.
Okay.
I'll walk out and mumble. I don't know.
Kind of
Yeah,
shake your hand.
like I would like the player would, as opposed to the character. I don't fucking
Right.
know what's going on in there.
Oh, fuck, what? Yeah, fuck cares about paper. Oren and Sling spend maybe 5 minutes piecing together a scroll that's fallen apart a little bit, and what you piece together looks to be like a sermon. It looks like a
Right.
written speech.
Ah,
It looks like these are in shreds because of age or because they were torn apart.
Maybe a little bit of both.
All right.
Definitely a priest's quarters, though, or some sort of religious figure's quarters.
Right.
is there? You see any clues about where the king might be? In the sermon about it's got to be about that dude that's painted everywhere in here. Something about him. I'm sure that the priest is going to be talking about his king.
Not about Malarkin, you don't see. You do hear like some of the other deities mentioned.
Can search the room definitely for anything beyond paper scraps.
Sure. Yeah, if you want to give me kind of just a general perception check, then, or are you guys going to search something specific?
I can do perception. I can do investigation. Yeah, I'll do perception.
Yeah, if you perceive something, I can investigate it.
Yeah, as you're kind of looking behind one of this armoire that's there, one of the legs snaps and it topples over, but as it does, it smacks the wall, revealing a secret door.
Oh.
I knew it. That's what I was looking for in there, but I didn't say I was gonna do it. God damn it. That's why I was asking if they were digging through that wall, is because I figured they were trying to get into some. Yeah. See, I blew it. No matter.
No, you were helpful. You didn't distract us by leaving the room.
Playing the last
God
piece of
damn it.
paper that you grab after kind of giving up and throwing everything to the side looks to be an intact magical scroll.
Ooh,
I like it.
hot.
That would be for you, sir.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that.
Yeah, submit your screenshots, everybody. Look at the chat.
Cheerbits in the,
The
stream.
secret
Thanks
door
for the
looks to open up
cheerbits.
into a kind of a
Cheerbits.
larger hallway.
Thank you, sir. Cheerbits, Dragon Bait.
Dusty, cobwebbed, look like it's never been used. Or at least has not been used or cleaned in forever.
Hey, Liz, this might be a job for you to check.
I wouldn't want to distract you.
All right. I'll help you, buddy.
Looks like it heads to the south and then curves.
Oh, there's gonna be some bullshit in this hallway. I am super ready. If that helps, if that gives me some kind of advantage.
Phasers on stun.
As you so very carefully walk down that hallway and take a look to your right, you can see that hall ends yet again with a secret door.
Okay.
Very easily noticeable from this side.
Interesting.
I want to open that so we have an airflow comes through and kind of cleans out the musty smell in this hallway. It's been staunched up.
Sounds good.
We did miss a door over here that was behind
Yeah.
the Duergar wall.
I
Might as well
see.
loop around.
Yeah, and then down southeast and northeast we still haven't, and plus the big doors, the big king.
I'm pretty sure.
Open it
Yeah,
with the
I'm pretty
king.
sure.
Sorry, CJ, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure that door to our right was where the child laughter was leading us,
Oh yeah.
which made me disinclined to go there, but might as well check it out.
Yeah, I thought that the child laughter was around every corner, and then as soon as we went around all the corners, it just wasn't there. But you might be right. Let's go let's go look.
It continued as Stacy went towards that door, and then when I went the other way, it stopped.
Ah, okay. Fury, you don't give a fuck. You just move through the wall.
As you walked down and through that again, you experience very much the same thing as you walk into that room. You hear kind of high-pitched laughter and footfalls running to the north, but it sounds as though it makes the turn before you can ever get its sight. As you come to the next turn, you once again hear these footfalls and laughter around the next corner as you approach it.
All right, I will open the door.
Could be the It's Alive baby.
I'm slowly going to look up at the ceiling, just in
There's
case.
a bucket of water. All right.
All right, you're seeing a room open up here, oddly shaped. You walk in and you look you're looking at 7 empty alcoves which are along the wall. There is what looks to be a marble bed, a white marble bed in the middle of the room. Its corner posts are carved to resemble dwarf warriors standing at attention. At the foot of the bed is a stone trunk. Its lid is open, and the legs of a Duergar are sticking out of the chest.
Oh,
A war pick lies on the floor next
These
to the
le-
chest.
Are these legs moving?
They are not.
Is the chest moving, like eating it?
It is not.
yeah, Liz, stay clear.
Does the chest have teeth or look like it's a mimic?
It does not.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah, Sling will walk over and kind of take a peek around the dwarf's legs that are sticking out and see if.
Yeah, so you walk up to this chest and kind of trying to get yourself a better look, and take a look. The front of this Duergar, its face and chest are full of needles. Darts might be a better description. It looks as though something happened to shoot its front full of darts. It died and fell into this chest.
He found the trap.
All right, I'm grabbing his ankles, pulling him out. We got to tell the redhead we found a dead one in here. Anybody want to give me a hand here? It's pretty
Yeah,
thick.
someone grab one foot, someone grab the other, and
Yeah.
kind of lift or somehow maneuver it out of the trunk to find the chest completely empty.
I'll check in his mouth and see if he bit down on the jewel in the bottom.
To no avail.
All right.
There is, however, that war pick if you'd like.
War pick. Ooh. Does it look like it might have some utility beyond a weapon? All right. Take it.
While they're, investigating the Dwargar, I'd like to look in the alcoves around the room, see if there's
Sure, it looks like
anything.
they once held just various some things. There is nothing in them at this point. Maybe a tipped over candle or uh, something of the like. Maybe some wax droppings in some of. This was definitely some sort of priest quarters as well. Likely by the furnishing someone fairly high up.
All right. I'm gonna just check the marble bed out and the statues on the posts.
Yeah,
And
solidly
then
made, well crafted.
all right. And can I try to move the chest to see if anything's under it, or is it too heavy?
Beauty of this game, man. You can try whatever the fuck you
All right.
want.
I'm doing it, baby. I'm shoving that thing. See if there's like a trap door or something under it. This bedroom's got to have some.
Yeah,
secrets.
you kind of brace yourselves and give the chest a heave ho, and that fucker flies across the room just fine. Stone floor
Stone
below.
under. All right. Under the bed, is it like up off the ground or is it solid all the way to the
Solid,
ground?
yeah, solid all the way to the ground.
All right.
Just this big brick of marble.
We don't see any scrape marks on the floor or anything that would indicate
not.
stuff. All right.
Great observations, though.
Yeah.
Way to make sure you ain't missing shit.
My tendency.
That's better than, well, must be good. We're out of here.
All right. Now that everybody's here, there's a childish little squirrely giggle that keeps being just out of our sight line. Do we have any theories on this room? And was this like a perverted priest or something, or what's going on? Any ideas?
Yeah, the stream thinks that since of the shape of the room, they think it might be Lisa Simpson.
It might be.
Could be Maggie.
Right.
Just to do it, I'll move my miniature around the room.
Trap,
Search all the
snap.
alcoves like
You
that.
do so very well. Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe Stacy could sing a lullaby and see if that squirrely little kid that keeps running from us comes and says hello.
Why would I do that?
You're the cradle, robber. I can do it. I'll sing a little lullaby.
Yeah, you blade dancer person song.
That's right. No response.
As you walk out into the hallway, very much the same effect. Around the first corner, you hear a giggle and footfalls as though they're getting further away.
Yeah. Go around
Around
this
the
way.
corner, as fast as you try and chase it down, it just sounds to appear around the next corner.
So it's going around this circle hallway thing.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of want to search along the wall on this side in case I missed it. Last time I searched around the side while I was on it, I'll just walk along this, and because it might be inside the center of this thing, just schooling us like
And
a bunch of
yeah,
clown bucks.
as you kind of walk around opposite ways, the footfalls stop as you guys meet each other. You it would be like as you're both turning these corners, you don't hear it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Maybe it's the child of one of those invisible stalkers that were in the room next door.
Possibly. Southwards.
Yeah.
Upward bound.
You got a right and a left option down south here.
Let's go this way.
This room, there is light emitting.
Why y'all want to walk in the dark? I mean, y'all are weird.
The south opens up to a larger room. The room that Stacy's at is well lit.
Oh.
Ooh, there's a thing. Or maybe a thing.
You
at the
see
end of-
as you turn the corner on this one and take a look in the room, there is it's a 20-foot high vaulted chamber which looks to be just simply carved out of this solid rock. It looks like this was once a cave or a cavern because a lot of the same stalagmites, stalactites are still present on the south portion of this wall. You do see that there are two Duergar. They are inspecting a stone arch on the eastern wall. Give me just a second. And protruding from the south wall, it looks to be an organ whose pipes are carved out of the stalagmites. Its bench and its keys are made of polished gold and black marble. Two large copper kettle drums stand against the west wall, and resting on top of them seems to be a shiny brass tuba.
Oh, the mouthpiece. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I'm over here. Let me move over so I can be legitimate.
The
let's see,
Duergar look like
Orange here.
they're taking a break. They stand as you enter the room, kind of taken aback and seeing the number of you that enter. Uh, they kind of take a defensive stance.
Flash the Iron Eye badge. It's cool.
So cash.
They relax a little bit, but still keep eyes on you at all times.
Yeah.
They kind of back themselves up.
Hey, Oren, do you have any
this area.
musical talents?
Nope.
Anybody? I think they forced me to take some kind of musical thing when I
I
started
have
this
I have
program.
one proficiency in a musical instrument, but I don't believe I partook
You ever
in
picked anything?
a acquisition of said instrument. Let me look.
Well, we have a mouthpiece that might fit on this tuba
Yeah.
down by the organ. You could start your program on.
You talking about putting your mouth on an organ? What's happening?
Hey,
Ooh.
yeah.
Let me catch up. I need to know about all this. Let me get in here and see all this.
Yeah, so it looks to be this tuba. There's these drums, and then there's this organ that seems to be carved out of stalagmites and gold and whatever the fuck else it was.
Does the tuba have a mouthpiece?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take that mouthpiece, attach it to the tuba, and you heard me blow.
It's
With what lips?
ooh.
I have lizard lips. Come on, man.
You make poor sounding, badly sounding tuba. It's low. It's atone. It's inconsistent. But it's a nice looking tuba.
Do we want to try to harmonize? We got drums here. We got an organ. We got the tuba. Maybe if we make some music, something can happen. I'll sit down at the organ.
These two Durgar are in the kind of back by this pillar. They've grabbed two bags, maybe like sack claws that they have, and continue to just kind of back themselves out of the room, given the room to you.
Yeah, this isn't going to be pretty. That's probably a smart move. I've never tickled the ivories before.
As they make this last turn and go around the corner, they take off at a run.
I think they might have a thing we need. Maybe if they found some music, some sheet music.
You want to check with them?
Nope.
Want to book? All right, I'm going to just lay my fingers on the organ to see if it functions slightly. I don't want to like do a. I just want to.
Yes, you go to strike the organ quickly, and it makes a monstrous sound the second you depress one of the keys.
I turn around and
It
smile.
is not only within here. Like Stacy, you can hear this sound coming from behind you. Like it is somehow filtering throughout this entire level, or at least as far as you guys can hear.
Nice. Hey Liz, hit the tuba. There you go.
Still sounds like shit. We're good to go.
All right, I'll tap on the drums too, just to say we played all the instruments we were able to see in here. And
Yeah, smack the shit out of them. Nice, crisp sound.
nice. What do you think?
Tuba, as you're picking it up, weighs about 30 pounds. If you're looking at taking any of the drums, they both weigh at least 100 pounds.
We don't hear any like reaction in the hallways around us to the blasting organ.
Not at this point.
Might as well go and see where this place to the left goes.
Yeah, I'm gonna just run up here and look down and connect that through and see if I can see those Durgar chipping on a wall or doing something down that way before we head over.
You go to peek around that corner, and you can those two Durgar that were that had taken off are you see them standing at the end of that hallway there. As you round the corner, they head to the north.
All right. I'll let these guys know. Hey, they were hanging out like they were waiting for us to leave, so maybe they don't like music. Let's
Yeah, the only
What's
other
that?
thing within this room is another one of those archways. This is what they were inspecting when they came. This archway is embedded into the wall and carved into the archway's keystone. Looks to be a hand-shaped indentation with a sigil, some sort of magical sigil.
Mage, come check this out.
Yes, sir. I'll drop a little arcana on it and see if I can perceive
It
anything.
is easily recognizable by anyone trained in Arcana that it is just a generalized symbol of magic.
Hmm.
So perhaps like a touch spell?
A touch spell, you said?
Yeah.
You want me to try touching it? I will do that with my skills and knowledge, knowing what I'm doing.
Maybe be less vague on that one for me, please.
Where the where the magic symbol is, I'm gonna just brush my fingers on it to see if it has any kind of properties that I can touch.
Yeah, it is definitely too high for you to just touch. I mean, it's a large stone archway.
Aha.
It's probably at its height, maybe 10 foot.
Gotcha.
Probably either touch the frame or touch the stone in the middle. Might do something. If you're like, you have to cast a spell that has a range of touch and then do that, I think.
Let me see what I got here. Fire.
Everyone's got fire, right?
Yeah, I think the only touch spell I know of is that healing touch you've got there, Sir Cleric. I don't have any touches.
Would you
Oh,
like me to come back and, light the arch?
Sure.
I could do the Wand of Secrets, but it hasn't been a full day, and I'm down to like two things left.
We only have 3.
Just kidding. After
I'm down to 1 minus the what I'm maxing.
I hate using that thing because it
never fucking works.
Worthless. Rejected. Let me do that first, just to see if we can determine if there's any kind of passageway there that's.
Sure.
What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna use the Wand of Secrets just to see if there's any. I'll stand in the middle of the room so I can get the whole room.
Yeah,
there's any
I mean,
secret.
the Wand of Secrets lights up and goes immediately to that hand, and the entirety of the hand is enveloped in this blue light. The hand depression.
Oh, snap.
So we did a rusted sword or something. We did something else with a piece of wood, right, on one of the archways. And this one's probably going to need to be a hand, I would guess, based on a hand turning light up blue. So you want to try it, voila, or you want me to put my hand on it?
I will reach out and put my hand on the archway, on the frame of it, and cast light.
You cast
Nice.
light on the archway, and it does not work on the archway.
That's interesting.
It's possible a cantrip isn't enough. And I'm down to 2 spell slots that I don't want to burn. And we got more spots in this level we can check before we need to use a gate. So
Your call.
I think I'll go up and put my hand on it and cast a magic missile.
Describe what you're doing again.
Where the hand turned blue, I'll put my hand and
Yeah, so that is on. To be clear, so
it's on the
when
archway.
On the
yeah,
top
so
of the archway.
it's on the top of the archway, so you'll have to find a way to get up to it. Voila just went up and touched the side of the archway and cast light, which didn't work. You would need to probably find a way to stand on someone's shoulders or get picked up to be able
Is
to put
that
your
a-
hand up to this indentation on the capstone.
How about the organ bench over there? Is that something I could slide over and step
You
up
could
on?
certainly try to move a solid stone
Oh,
bench
I
that big.
gotcha. Hey Liz, you want to put me on your shoulders,
I can do that.
or maybe Oren?
Okay.
Oren's dead, but I'll do Liz. Liz is strong. She's
That's
got good
easy
bones.
enough. Able to kind of coordinate getting up a little bit higher so that you can fit your hand into that indentation. And then you release a magic missile spell. The force of those magic missiles is not felt by the pillar, but you are knocked back. You are both knocked prone.
All right.
Boo. I stand up.
The gateway does not open.
Do you want to heft voila up on your shoulders and see with the light spell if that works instead of an attack spell?
Well, you said my spell didn't work at all, right? It's not that it didn't open the portal. I mean, it didn't do that either, but
Yeah, I was just thinking because the hand section turned blue when I did the magic wand. I will burn an inspiration to
Go ahead and
figure
burn
this
it.
out.
There is a very simple spell called Mage Hand
Let me
that you
see
think
if I.
might be useful in a spot that has a hand and a magic sigil.
Does
don't know
anybody
if I
have
have
Mage
that.
Hand?
as a matter of fact, I do.
Oh, snap.
Oh,
Joe, there is a very simple spell.
Oh, and I
This is my
suppose in
favorite day of the
hindsight,
week. Oh my god.
a magic hand makes real sense for this mage hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of these are really fucking literal, and some of them are like way abstract. This is definitely one of the literal ones. So you walk up towards it, cast Mage Hand, knowing that you can send this thing fucking anywhere.
Yep.
And fit it into the depressed hand, and the portal lights up.
Hello.
Let me
right.
describe what it is that you see here shortly. Along with this, the portal being activated, you see the flash of that sigil between the film of what this portal is made of, as though the sigil would have to be broken, or the rune would have to be broken in order for you to pass through. You've dealt with this before. Maybe not that specific one, but have dealt with it before.
Generally goes bad. I'm gonna try and draw a sketch of it, and then maybe next
Sure.
time, we go up, I can look into that or something.
Into
See
the
whose
rune.
rune this is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the rune. That should not be difficult at all.
All
I'll make a note of it somewhere.
Hey, cleric, you were a lucky find. That's brilliant thinking.
Okay.
All right.
You need to stop thinking of yourself as a hireling, though. We're a team here.
I didn't think of myself as a hireling. What are you trying to tell me?
Don't
You're not-
pay any
you're not-
attention to him. He just talks all the time.
You're not even paying me. I'm helping you out of the kindness of my heart.
It's a beautiful thing, too. I gotta hand it to you.
Eat shit.
Again, just because he's a priest doesn't mean he doesn't have his sense of humor. That's right.
Yeah.
You see through this portal a rather dark. There is a natural cave look to this place, but you don't see anything else other than rubble, stone wall, and ceiling, and dirt. The wall that you see is probably 35 feet away. And both, if you get the right angle to the left and to the right, look like a cave system both ways.
All right.
After about a minute, the portal closes.
Ooh. That's not a lot of time to explore.
It's not. But we'll want to find a way to deal with that rune first. We're not in great shape at the moment.
This is true.
Don't we have a tiny hut we can just throw up and, sleep in?
Yeah.
Level up.
Or we could save game here, try it, and then
Save game here, and then try it. That's funny.
F9 is quick save.
Yep. There's gonna be some shit. Let me do this one. Yep.
Yeah. So do we want to rest now or do a little more exploring?
I say rest now. I'm biased.
Be a little more exploring. I mean, camping here and all is good, but we don't know what's around a couple of those corners.
yeah, that kid keeps chasing us down and running.
Go check this way.
So we are not resting. Okay. All right, that's fine.
We will soon.
Ha ha! I just jumped on. This is where I get killed right before I level
Short timer.
up.
All right. Within this room, you can definitely tell that it was some sort of reliquary where they were keeping some decent or precious items. A lot of the displays and the relics here are are destroyed. Statues atop pedestals are tipped over. Stone tablets are broken. Easels and elaborate dioramas are all of the tables are ripped or shred.
Can we tell if that was done recently?
You can surmise that it was, yeah.
I look at him and I say, these other adventurers are a bunch of trailer trash. What the hell are they doing coming through tearing this place up?
in the back behind these little display cases, which have been broken, you find what look to be 4 pieces, probably about a foot. Um, no, not about a foot. Probably about a foot long in each piece. These 4 pieces of jade. Uh, After taking a look through everything, that's probably the only thing of any substance that's down here. While broken, they're going to be worth less. Um, they are worth something since they are jade.
And they could be repaired too, potentially.
Yeah, you want to take some time to actually look at them?
Yeah.
So what they taking a better look at it, these could definitely be repaired. It would likely take magic, of course, to do it.
Right.
But these pieces would fit together. You find 2 pieces that would fit together for the top half, or one half, and you find 2 pieces that fit together. The breaks fit together fairly well for the next half, but the 2 don't fit together. It's missing some other piece that's not within this room.
All right. Are we able
Presumably,
to,
you could have it repaired, right?
are we able to reach these pieces?
Yeah, those block little things are the stands.
Okay.
You just walk right around them just fine.
Might as well take those, put them in the bag.
It's not a giant portcullis?
It is not. This is one you can easily walk next and through. The pieces of jade are shaped in that they look like they could be made into like a stick or a staff or some sort of cane.
All right.
And picking through it, what you can tell by the staff, after having somewhat put it closely together but not repaired, is that it takes the shape, or there is a design element that looks a bit of a snake.
Does anyone know parcel tongue?
We can go find a Yanti.
I heard about a dude that could. All right. Heading south.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know why you just show us this little bit. You know we're gonna just run down and see what the
You know, I'm
rooms
trying
are.
to reveal more of it. Yeah. And I click the wrong fucking buttons, and it's a pain in my ass. So it curves up to the north, and then there's a hallway to the south as well.
Kind of want to go north, or we can go south.
I already moved down there, damn it.
We can split the party. We're fine.
He wants to get behind the dark door.
Let me read.
Murder sheet.
So this chamber that you're looking at here, it has a flat 30-foot high ceiling. There look to be some statues to the north. And there's a torn tapestry in a section to the south. Just reveal the whole thing here.
Oh, nice.
That wavy line's the tapestry.
Yeah.
So you say that again?
The wavy
wiggly
line.
What the
yeah.
fuck is happening?
Sling. Deck save, please.
Dex, I can do that. Acrobatics or just straight dex?
Dex.
Save.
As you begin to walk into this room, you reveal a spiked pit trap. Click the right fucking spot here. That'd be great. As you're walking over it, you take a full step, put your full weight on this door, and the trap door immediately plunges you down and into this trap. The doors stay open, but you do fall 30 feet into a pit of adamantine spikes.
Is feather fall can use that as a reaction? I don't have it. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's a reaction spell.
I don't have it though. Back on it.
Taking damage both from the fall and the spikes. And you could hear kind of a like a timer, maybe. It's a clicking sound coming from the opening to the top.
I don't like that. I'm gonna pull my ring of rope of climbing out and just shimmy on up.
Nice.
My silk
Yeah.
rope.
Very easily able to climb yourself out of this pit. Takes you maybe 30 to 45 seconds to get out, at which time you kind of get up and cross the threshold, and the trap once again shuts, revealing,
I want to stand
making it
next
look
to
like
Liz there.
smoother hallway. But
And
you guys all know there's a fucking pit trap there.
Yeah, that thing was ticking. I don't know if the door was gonna close or was gonna do a little Star Wars crush me thing. I don't know. But there's adamantine if you want.
Get
some
on top of
adamantine
it.
done. Trey. All right, I can't jump this thing. I've only got an 8 strength, so I'll just back off. And
No, you
let
can't jump
everybody
it
know.
without a roll. You can jump it.
Yeah, I could try to jump it.
Do it.
Dude, you just crawled your ass out of there with the fucking magical piece of rope.
Oh, I could always swing like Tarzan. That's true. I hardly ever use that thing. I forgot I had it in my pack.
It's a good thing you found it.
You have to do the yell too when you go across.
That's great.
Wow. Maybe
You
not.
guys
Never
can-
mind.
I swing it back to you and say, "Hey, you can do it better.
Okay.
Give it a
And
shot."
So you see up to the north, there are 4 identical statues, each bearing the likeness of a 10-foot tall dwarven king of stern visage. The tapestry to the south is torn and hangs from an iron rod mounted on the south wall. You would need to go over there and kind of realign the tapestry in order to see exactly what it is. But you can see the same sort of a crown on one section of it. So it must be something with the same king that they're depicting into these in these statues to the north.
All right, I'm gonna look back at Liz and say, "Hey, you want to rest before we start investigating this room, or
Yeah.
what?" All right, I'm gonna just come back and swing back over, collect my rope. We should probably be prepared for something if we're gonna jump into something crazy down here. Do you want to run up to the temple area where we got our protective Durgar and maybe touch the wall with the onyx or the blue little king man, and then take a rest?
I'm down for that.
Sure.
Okay, where you heading?
Up to the where the clay golem was.
You're gonna go rest with the Durgar?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
let
that's
us.
what I thought. You guys are
I'll
crazy.
put the hut up so they can't get to us. But they're
I
our
can move you.
friends.
I can move you all up there.
They're pretty friendly to us.
Just
Yeah.
because they didn't kill us does not make them our friends.
We
Also,
saw
I like
how.
to just kind of say that shit because I can.
Make a second guess everything we're doing. Ah,
That's a good DM, that.
keep us on our toes.
All right, so you head up back into there, and yeah, they've regrouped a couple of times. You can see that there's a few more of them from the last time you entered into here.
Do we want to talk to her about those two that left the music room and see if they have anything that might help us figure out what's going on in there? Or just go to the door and touch the figurine on it?
I don't know.
I don't know that I want to share too much information with her, but
All right. Yeah, let's. We can just set up the hut up here on the temple's top near the door, so if something comes out of it, we'll be safe and we can see it though.
Yeah.
Because we can see out, but they can't see in.
does she object to our setting up a little camp here in her space?
Oh, not at all. When you come in, she makes a remark about she'll kind of come over and say hi, and said that a couple of her people have run into you. Seems like the badge is working as it was intended.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And she asks if you found anything good.
We'll tell her about the room with the organ and the drums and the tuba, and that was pretty fascinating.
Yeah, she makes a comment about how those are a little bit big to just carry out of here.
Yeah, we've also heard the sounds of child laughter in that hallway, and
And she kind of giggles as well. She said, yeah, Hallister's kind of childish sometimes.
yeah, mages.
He's not above just kind of fucking with you. It can't be
That
the
makes
first time you've
sense.
run into something like that.
No, just you always wonder if there's something to it or not.
Oh yeah, I get you. Anything else?
Have you found any of your folks found anything interesting?
Oh hell yeah, we found lots of shit.
Care to elaborate?
Nope.
All right.
Excuse me, do you know the time? Yes.
Exactly.
So once we get in the hut, I'll talk to these guys and ask them some questions about what
Yeah,
we
you
might
can
want to talk to her about.
8 hours sitting in the same spot with each other, so you're good to go.
So I'll fire up the hut, and when we're in there, I'll say, we might be able to hire those Durgar to take that cradle up for us.
You trust them?
Don't you think that if if they were going likely to carry it all the way up, they'd have done that by now?
Yeah, I don't know if they've been in that room yet. It looks like they're kind of spreading out and searching like we are.
Well, the room beside it had been ransacked, so I think they had.
You're probably right. That's a good point. Yeah, I think we should be mum on our stuff. She's keeping it close to the chest, so we probably should too. I'm with you on that.
Anything else to discuss while you're in the hut? You can see from the outside of the hut, she gets a bit curious and comes over and kind of just knocks on the hut, touches it, kind of gives a small, well, that's pretty fucking cool, and walks away.
Magic.
Yeah, we want her to know that we got some powers.
Anything else for anyone? With that, we're long resting.
Oh, snap.
I think that's where we should end for tonight.
It's happening.
Sounds pretty good.
7th level druid next week.
What is the 8th level XP? Anybody? Does anybody know? I can look it up.
34,000.
Is it? Okay.
You gotta
Doesn't
get
Joe
that
have
extension.
the thing?
Joe
that-
doesn't have the thing. No, he doesn't have it.
One more thing to have to manage. Yeah.
Well, it's an extension that when someone levels up, it automatically changes the next level XP for you, and also doesn't allow players to edit that, so they can't fuck it up. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna make you guys know what it is.
I'm gonna make you do it. All
There's
right,
a-
what do I
there's a-
get?
There's a reference manual and everything.
One level.
One of
One level of druid. That's it. That's all I get. Hit points. What the fuck?
Fuck
Druid.
you.
You
Nothing.
get 4th level spells?
Oh, okay, there you go. That's something.
Oren, do you go back up to your max hit points after a long rest, or is that something?
Probably not.
You're just very defeatist.
Did you
No.
do anything before you rested? You had a couple of spell slots. You could have tried something, I guess.
Yeah,
I would need to do greater restoration, which is I won't get till next level.
Damn it. I'm the same way. I got that minus 20 to my max hit points too. Fuck.
Yep, that's a greater restoration spell. I don't have that yet.
Isn't there something else we can do that will fix that or no?
I don't know of it. Lesser restoration won't work.
Is greater restoration a chat thing? I don't think it is. I didn't look. I can't remember.
You're gonna rely on chat to help you.
That's a pussy move.
That's
Urash 54, he's known to be a cheater.
Yeah, he's a big cheater in the chat, but he can't do it for
you
himself.
go ahead and try that shit. I heal every now and then. We'll see how
We'll
that
go
goes.
down to back down to 7th level if we do that.
The hand of God strikes you down.
Yeah. Where's that wish, by the way? Did we ever resolve that? Is that anything?
We'll hit level 11 at some point. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but then is that when he's gonna say, okay, now the wish is true?
Well, we found the drums that he was playing when he was playing God.
You fuck with the nature of reality and see how well it goes.
I don't like it.
It that goddamn wish spell. You got to be careful. Nothing bad happened.
Which is remarkable all in and of itself.
Yeah, but nothing good happened either.
Nothing bad happened yet.
No, he made a commitment when he said nothing bad happened. That's a commitment that it isn't going to. I'm taking it as that.
We're gonna hit level 11, and we'll never hit a higher level than that.
Oh.
What was the wording of the wish again?
I totally forgot already.
We wrote it
It's just
down,
that-
didn't we?
Yeah, I think it was for everybody to have the experience equal to, or enough experience to reach level 11, and we just didn't say when.
And then from now on, if we ever get a wish spell, you got to throw in the phrase with absolutely no negative consequences at the end of it.
But any of us would perceive as negative consequence.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm level 7 anyway. I guess I have 4th level spells now. One. I have one slot. I can fuck shit up.
Well, you can fuck one thing up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Holy moly.
All right. What was the thing that you were gonna look when you went up top? I was gonna put that in my notes.
The rune, yeah.
Rune.
Oh, the rune. That's right.
The mage hand rune. It's definitely a dungeon crawl.
It's a total dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too. This is my type of fun. Lots
You
of
get
riddles.
getting through a good chunks of these without. I mean, you're half done, and it's only session. The second day you're down here, so or half through this section at least.
Good.
That's what it looks like on the map. Yeah, right. Where you're not like, oh, I got a stub toe. Let's go rest.
Yeah, gotta go back to the surface.
Yeah, I got berated for trying that earlier, so I stopped.
Who I berated you?
No, my teammates did. They're like, "Come on, man, we can't keep resting." But I'm out of spell slots.
You go
Stop
yeah,
using them.
Stop
Like-
being
Like
going
every
all
other minute, we
nuclear
can't have a
on
nap.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little
more
shoving
conservative.
other people up front. Hey, you want to check that?
Hey, that's Stacy's game. Back off, man.
That's true.
Right? We can't all do that.
I'm learning from her technique. It's good.
Well, thanks, Joe. Great game tonight.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for.
Yep. Thanks,
hanging.
Joe. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah,
See
it's
you
a good
all
group. Yep.
next time.